Hi, I'm Jim Watson, and I've been a SAS trainer since 2003. A while ago, I delivered a webinar on date and time values in SAS. Here is some interesting content from that webinar. I hope you enjoyed this clip. Have a great day. But occasionally it is necessary, and this is also covered in Programming Level 1, where you must specify a date, a time, or a date time as part of your code. Now, one thing you can do, but what you should not do, is just use the numbers. That'll work, but it's kind of a nightmare for people to read. So we encourage you to use these datetime and datetime constants to replace them. That way the code is human readable, and what's more, it works. All these constants can be used in any context where a SAS date, time, or datetime is involved. We even support datetimes with time zone designated in case you're working with universal time. Let's have a quick look at this. As you can see, there's my date constant. Note how it ends in the letter D. That part's very important, right? It's got to be a 2-digit date, it could be 1 digit, 3-count mnemonic month, and we do recommend 4-digit years, even though they go as short as 2. For time values, you need the T instead and give it the applicable time value. We also support AM and PM, and in this case, I'm actually going with the relatively new date times with time zone designators, Z for Zulu time. So yeah, 6:30 in the AM Zulu time should be about 4:30 in the PM in the current time. I've actually done the same thing right here, but in this case, I've given it offset. So it's actually going to go back 10 hours in time and retrieve the appropriate value there. What's more, they work. They work here through simple assignments. They'll work in any form of code that requires a date, time, or datetime. They're kind of a universal part of the SAS system. A very good question to ask, is it safe? Turns out the answer of this depends on how you treat your dates. Now, one thing that you can do pretty safely, as long as you're careful about it, you can actually just use basic arithmetic operators on the date, on the time, or the datetime values. The question is, the periods involved, are they fixed or they're not? If they're days or weeks or hours, which are all fixed periods, then you're fine. But months, quarters, and years, that can be quite problematic because you're going to get an answer, and the answer will be approximately correct, but it won't be completely correct. So obviously the goal there in such a case would be to use the applicable function as you're about to see. See, in this case, I'm just taking you through some of the basics, some of the stuff that is safe, some of the stuff that is not safe. In this case, I'm just advancing today's date, well, 23rd of May anyway, by 1. This is perfectly safe because you can't get smaller than an individual day. And this part here is also safe. Adding 60 to the datetime, remember these are stored in seconds, so that adds exactly 1 minute. So yeah, a minute, an hour, a day even, which is what we're doing here, would be perfectly safe because they're always the same size. What is not safe is this part right there. Adding 30, all it does is advance to 30 days. That is not necessarily a month. Same goes here for the date time, where I'm simply doing arithmetic to work out how many seconds per day and multiplying that 30, it's just as unsafe. So in this case, the log will not bother you with this. Everything will appear to work, but the question is it truly accurate? If your aim here was to advance that final date by 1 month, then you're close, but not quite correct. This is because months are obviously not a fixed time frame. So yeah, in that case, the only way forward is to use the applicable SAS function. More on that one coming up.